Welcome to the video lecture series on CS 405 Computer System Architecture, Module 2. Syllabus of the Module 2 includes Processors and Memory Hierarchy, Advanced Processor Technologies, Superscalar and Vector Processors, and Memory Hierarchy Technology. Major processor families to be studied includes CISC, RISC, Superscalar, VLIW, Super Pipelined, Vector, and Symbolic processors. The scalar and vector processors are for numerical computations, whereas the symbolic processors have been developed for AI applications. Next, we have the topic Design Space of Processors. The processor families can be mapped onto a coordinated space of clock rate versus cycle per instruction, that is CPI, as illustrated in this figure. Look at this graph. As implementation technology evolves rapidly, the clock rates of various processors have moved from low to higher speeds towards the right of the design space, that is, the increase in the clock rate. At the same time, the manufacturers of the processors have been trying to lower the CPI rate cycles taken to execute an instruction using innovative hardware approaches. There are two main categories of processors. First one is CISC. Example for CISC is x86 architecture. And the second one is RISC. The examples for RISC are Power Series, SPARC, and MIPS architectures. Under both CISC and RISC categories, the products designed for multi-core chips, embedded applications, or for low cost and low power consumption tend to have lower clock speeds. High performance processors must necessarily be designed to operate at high clock speeds. This category of processors has been marked as VP, that means vector processors. The features of the vector processors may be associated with CISC or RISC main processors. Look at this graph. This is the graphical representation of the design space of modern processor families. Let's move to the detailed study of the design space of different processors. First one is CISC architecture. CISC means complex instruction set comparing architecture. As I said earlier, Intel Pentium M6 5040, older VAX 8600, IBM 390 are the examples for CISC architecture processors. The CPU of different CISC instructions varies from 1 to 20. Therefore, CISC processors are at the upper part of the design space as illustrated in previous graph. With advanced implementation techniques, the clock rate of today's CISC processors ranges up to few gigahertz. Next one is RISC architecture, that is reduced instruction set comparing architecture, which includes SPARC, Power Series, MIPS, Alpha, ARM architectures. These architectures have faster clock rate in between 20 to 120 MHz. And with efficient use of pipelines, the average CPI of RISC instructions has been reduced to between 1 and 2 cycles. Next one is superscalar processors. An important subclass of RISC processors are superscalar processors, which allow the multiple instructions to be issued simultaneously during each cycle. So, the effective CPI of superscalar processor should be lower than that of the scalar RISC processor. And the clock rate of the superscalar processors matches that of the scalar RISC processors. And another one is VLIW architecture. That means very long instruction word architecture. The very long instruction word architecture can use even more functional units than a superscalar processor. Thus, the CPU of VLIW processor can be further lowered. Note that Intel's i860 RISC processor had VLIW architecture. And the next one is vector supercomputer. It can use multiple functional units for concurrent scalar and vector operations. The effective CPA of the processor used in supercomputer should be very low, positioned at the lower right corner of the design space as illustrated in previous graph. However, the cost and power consumption increase appreciably if the processor design is restricted to the lower right corner. Hope you understand about the design space of different architectures. Thank you.